increase of activity of what I'll refer to as affinity groups. Groups of employees who don't necessarily want unions or belong to unions or have collective bargaining. They are contributing to the strikes. Some of those strikes, I mentioned at the start, involve employees who aren't represented by unions. And we've seen a classic illustration of this kind of affinity group at Google, where several hundred employees, they actually call themselves a union. They're not a union. They're an affinity group of employees. They have concerns about Google's policies, and they're grouping together, communicating through the internet and through other means. We also see affinity groups in other parts of our economy, taxi drivers, people in healthcare, and others. I just want to remind you, our labor laws provide legal protection. The term in the National Labor Relations Act is protection for concerted activity. That means collective activity. Employees are protected in their rights to pursue concerted collective action, even though it may not involve unions or a demand for collective bargaining. So be careful yourself and when you're advising others. When a group of employees sort of press their concerns about work conditions, they are protected in the actions that they take by our National Labor Relations Act. A critical factor in the extent of protection and how it gets applied in everyday work life are decisions of the National Labor Relations Board. And the board, needless to say, is more sympathetic to collective action by non-union, unorganized employees during Democratic administrations. The Obama National Labor Relations Board made a number of decisions that were more sympathetic, supporting those kinds of actions. The Biden board has begun, and one would expect and pursue similar decisions and actions to support, again, unorganized employees who work as affinity groups, pressing concerns they have about work life.